Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Memocano and I'm here to show you some checkmates and chess tactics. Today I'm going to be focusing on checkmating with a pawn. This is a special topic when it comes to me because I've done a couple of pawn checkmates for my 7,500 games that I've played, and most of them have come out of the blue. I didn't see them coming, and so they're a nice little surprise. They're like a cherry on top chess game. Definitely adds joy to the game of chess. And so we are on leechess.org. There's two scenarios here under Learn, Practice, Checkmate Patterns 3. You're gonna find the pawn mate right underneath the epaulette mate, which is another great checkmate. So there's two scenarios, and I'm going to just read what it says here. Although the pawn mate can take many forms, it is generally characterized as a mate in which a pawn is the final attacking piece and where enemy pawns are nearby. The pawn mate is sometimes also called the David and Goliath mate, named after the biblical account of David and Goliath. I completely agree. It is David and Goliath because you're using the smallest piece against the largest, the most important piece. And so first I'm going to go through these two scenarios, and then I'm going to go into an actual game where I executed a pawn mate and dealt the final blow to Goliath. So make sure you stay tuned until the end. So let's take a look here. So here we have the king on c6, protected by 3 pawns. My rook is the white rook is on h7, my king is on g1. And as you can see, I have 2 pawns, a b and c pawn. They're both on the 4th lane. And here's a checkmate in 1 move puzzle. That's a checkmate. He was being stopped by the rook, and now it was an attack with a pawn. And so here we have another one. This is a checkmate in 2 moves. This is a little more complicated. I believe the queen moves to e8. He blocks with a knight, and then the queen is blocking both f7 and d7 squares. I'm gonna push my d pawn forward, and that's a pawn checkmate. So, like I said, make sure you stay tuned until the end so that you can see the actual pawn mate executed in a real life PvP IRL game. And so in this game, I am basically gonna show you that it's possible to do a pawn checkmate. I want to give you all a little caveat that I'm not saying I play the best chess. In fact, I don't play the best chess. But what I'd like to do with this series is to load up your arsenal with weapons, with different options that you guys can have in order to ultimately dominate and destroy your opponent. And it's been a lot of fun trying to get these checkmates. It's been challenging but satisfying as well. So this is a game I'm playing as an 865. This was last year, and my opponent 833, according to the computer on chesssigma.com, which I believe is Stockfish as well. I played with an 84.9 accuracy, and he played with a 77.4 accuracy, which isn't bad. Thankfully, I was able to get the best of him in this one. Again, I played as a 1300 and he played as an 1100, so we're both punching over our weight classes. We obviously made mistakes. There was no brilliant moves, no great moves, you know, a fair amount of best moves, a fair amount of excellent moves, a few inaccuracies. Thankfully, no blunders in this game. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy this game, and I want you all to stay tuned for the end so that you could see what a pawn checkmate looks like, and so that you could play a pawn checkmate one day. Additionally, I want to say happy 4th of July. If y'all are celebrating with a cookout or with fireworks, or if y'all are just staying in with family, it's a great day to celebrate. Freedom, baby! Yeah! Anyway, so I believe in this game. I play the London system. Very typical. I actually just played this system in a over-the-board tournament here in Veracruz, Mexico, and it was fantastic. I was able to outplay my opponent. I actually used the lollymate that I practiced for that first video that I have in my series of checkmates. Make sure you check that out. But anyway, so both of my bishops are on powerful squares. He's got a bit of a King Indian setup, sort of. He's got his bishop Fianchetto. He's probably about to castle. I think, so he castles. I'm either going to castle here or I'm going to jump my knight into d2. I jump my knight into d2. He pushes his pawn. I do a little bit of a waiting move. The computer wants me to castle, but I do a waiting move. Okay, so right. I tend to do this when they castle early. I like to attack on the king side. Generally, I'll move my queen over to d2, have this strong queen bishop battery, and get a good push going. But I can't remember what I do here. So he pushes. I end up attacking his knight here. He runs away. Push my pawn again. So my kingside pawns are very forward. I'm probably going to queenside castle in this case. I've made his knight retreat, so he's pushing with his pawn. I push. I make a best move push with my h pawn. He takes, and I take with a rook. So I've got a lot of space. I'm kind of dominating the board on the king side. He takes, and I take, and I attack his queen when I take, and it's double protected by my rook and my knight, which is nice. The computer's wanting me to attack the pawn. Let's see what I do. So the computer wanted me to attack that pawn regardless and risk losing a rook. I take the knight because I didn't want to lose the rook. And now I've set the battery. The computer still wants me to take, so he pushes a pawn. Very smart. I finally castle queenside. He pushes the pawn. I take with a knight. Unfortunately here I left a free pawn for him, and he takes my knight. I take his knight. He takes my pawn. My queen is very well protected here with the bishop and the knight and the king protecting at the bottom. I have a 3.0 advantage here, and I have a rook lined up with a king. This is, for anyone who's curious, this is a pin. I am pinning the bishop to the king with my rook. So he goes back, he protects. I finally attack his king. He moves. I move my queen up to G6, and I want you to keep an eye. I want all of y'all watching. Before I say this, try to take a guess what I'm about to say. I want you to keep an eye on a certain piece of mine. It has to do with the title of the video, so it's not very difficult. But in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all now. This E5 pawn, I want y'all to take a look at. Keep an eye on that E5 pawn, or that E5, the E-file pawns. It might be the E3 pawn. I'm not sure yet. Computer says I have a 5.4 advantage. He gives me a bishop here, I guess. Again, this is an inaccuracy on his part, so he committed 5 total in this game. So I take with an e-pawn. Okay, so I have a nice, strong 4-pawn chain here. I don't know what's going on with my ability to mark yet. So So I have this nice strong chain of pawns. My king is very well protected. It has this escape square, so it can't be back rank mated. I tend to like to push a3, but in this case I don't need to do that. So he moves his queen. I protect my queen. I just pull back. I don't need to lose my queen. Let's get the win without taking too many risks. He pushes my pawn. I go to trade his rook. He takes. He accepts the offer, the trade offer, and I check him. And then he presents his queen. Will you take my queen? I'm pretty sure I don't accept the offer here. That's right, I retreat. I'm not about to take the offer. But what I will do is threaten your rook. You know, just simple. Move away, but threaten. He chooses to give me his rook. I didn't take, which is kind of crazy. And he checks me. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. I needed to... The computer calls it an excellent move. I think I would call that a miss. I would call that a miss for sure. I still have a 6.5 lead according to the computer, so it's not too bad. Regardless, we're here to see the pawn mate, so I assure you it's coming soon. Make sure you wait till the end. Don't go away. Don't go away. I see you. I know you're trying to go away. Don't go away. Okay, we go to B1. He's got a battery going. I push up my queen. He just gives me the queen, I guess. And I don't take it. What was I playing? My goodness. Oh, that's so close. Look at this. So he goes queen C1, attacking my king. I have to do something about it. I take with the rook. He takes with the rook. I'm blocked. And I block with my knight. Thankfully, I have the knight there. And thankfully, he doesn't have like a knight or something to do a... What is that called? It's there's a checkmate. Smothered checkmate, maybe? Smothered checkmate? Something like that. And so I've got two central pawns, which are very strong. We've got opposite color bishops, which I've heard is generally a draw. Regardless, I have a queen, he doesn't, and now I push up my queen. He has to move his king. I take his bishop. He moves his king. I check him again. So his king has gone from so he went from F8 to E7 to D6, to E6 to D5. I take his rook here. So I check him and I take his rook. Nice, good play by me in that sense. Looking for those. Here is a double attack, right? If I go here, I'm attacking here. So this is a double attack. That's a double attack. For all of y'all who are learning tactics, I want y'all to know that this is a double attack. I'll probably be making a video about double attacks, and I'll be showing, I might be using this video. So he moves, I take his rook, I start moving my pawn. Then I like to make this little structure here. So I check him, get him away from my pawn that's being protected by my bishop. I like to have this structure here. And this is the final move. He pushes up a pawn, and this is the pawn checkmate. So I'm gonna get right to it. I hope y'all liked this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And if you learned something or enjoyed it, like and subscribe, comment below. And I'd like to challenge all of my viewers to do a pawn checkmate and to post it down below. They're not very common, they're pretty rare, but when they happen, they're so satisfying. So please leave a comment and subscribe, and show me what y'all got. Peace.